Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Karibuni tena kwa channel yetu 𝐷𝐻𝐈 Tutor. Leo tunaendelea na bado Elite Joint Mock Paper 2 on Reverse Taxation and my number is as follows. So the questions, now subscribe. The question says the following table shows monthly income tax rates for a certain year. The monthly taxable income in Kenya shillings ni hizo, and the percentage tax rate in each shilling is as follows. So the question says in a certain month of the year, an employee paid a net tax of 10,164.80 after getting a tax relief of 2,400 Kenya shillings. So the first question asking you calculate the employee's taxable income that month. Remember this question is on reverse taxation. Umepewa tax, sasa kitu ambao wafaa ufanye hapa ni ubadilishe hiyo tax iwe taxable income, and it's very easy, and we don't do it like the way we are calculating for tax. So whatever we are doing here is the opposite of calculating tax itself. So that is why ikaitwa reverse taxation. Sasa umepewa net tax, and if you want to get your taxable income, it means that you first need to find out what is your gross tax. So what is your gross tax, and let's write it here. Our gross tax is equivalent to our net tax plus relief. So plus relief. Tumeelewana mpaka hapo? So gross tax yetu ni net tax plus relief, the same way tulipokuwa tusema kupata net tax wachukua gross tax minus relief. So gross tax is just the opposite of that formula, which is net tax plus relief. So net tax yetu hapa ni ngapi? Ni 10,164.80 added to 2,400 Kenya shillings. So just take your calculator, ama waweza fanya through your own hands, but let me use my calculator for this case. So this plus that gives you how much? Gives you 13,014.8. 13,014.8. So but am I sure? Let me just confirm it again. 10,164.8 plus 2,400. No, not 13,000, but instead it should be 12,564. That's what I was wondering. So it should give you 12,000. Okay, let me just write it here. So it gives you 12,564.8. Sasa hiyo ndo gross tax yetu. So it'll go step by step. So for you to get your employee's taxable income, you need to find out each slab's tax. So mwanzo tunaingia first slab yetu, tutatafuta tax yake. Second slab tunatafuta tax. Third slab mpaka upate slab ambayo add tax zote za hizo slabs itafika 12,564, but most probably the first four slabs bado itakuwa haijafika 12,564.8. Kama nataka confirm, let's confirm. So let's take the first slab, and the first slab hapa according to the table was 11,180, which is your taxable income in that slab times 10%. So which gives you 1,118. Hiyo ni first slab. Unaona bado haijafikia that threshold. Second slab yetu, ukiangalia table yetu, just scroll up, itakupa 11,181 to 21,740. But let's find out what is that taxable income in that second slab. So kupata hiyo taxable income wachukua 21,740 minus 11,180. Okay, so you take 11,180 minus 21,740 or 21,740 minus 11,180 na inakupa 10,534. Sawa. So 10,534 percentage yako katika hiyo second slab tumeambiwa ni 15%. Sawa. So hiyo times 15% which gives us 1580.1. 1580.10. Our third slab. So third slab you do the same thing, and which you just need to confirm kama itakupa hiyo 10,534. So you take the last number which is 32,248 minus the last number in the second slab which is 21,714. Now ukisubtract you realize bado inakupa 10,534. So chukua 10,534 multiply by 20%. Na angalia itakupa ngapi. So 10,534 times 20%. 4.2 na imekupa 2,106.8. 2,106.80. Tuende kwa fourth slab. Sasa utashtuizia kuwa if you add the first, the second, the third, the total of those three itakuwa bado haijafika 12,564, and that is why I'm still continuing with the fourth slab. Ukitaka confirm, angalia mwenyewe 1,118 plus 1,580.1 plus 2,106.8. Je, imekupa answer ambayo iko hapo imepita 12,564.8 ama bado haijapita? And the right question and the right answer is haijapita. So ndio maana tunaingia in the fourth slab. So utachukua 10,534 bado, kwa sababu the same thing, just to confirm, kwa sababu hata nikichukua 42,782 minus it by 32,248 bado itakupa 10,534. So multiply it by 25%. So multiply it by 25% na imekupa 2,633.5. Just to confirm. So times 25%. Yeah, it imekupa 2,633.5. 2,633.50. So now let's add those four slabs together. So that tax kama iko kwenye fourth slab yamaanisha iko kwenye fifth slab, and there's a certain amount in the fifth slab. So add those taxations up. So I'll take 1,180 plus 1,580.1 plus 2,106.8 plus 2,633.5. And if you use your own calculator, how much do you get? 1,118 plus 1,580.1 plus 2,106.8 plus 2,633.5. And if I confirm using my calculator here, it should give me 7,438.4. So he gave me 7,438.40 Kenyan shillings. Now let's find out for the remaining. So for the remaining tax, which is found in the fifth slab. So for you to get to the remaining tax, utachukua ile tax yote, which is supposed to be 12,564.8, okay, minus it by 7,438.40. So which should give us how much? So 12,564.8 minus 7,438.40. Okay, let me just confirm if I'm correct. And it gives me 5,126.4. I mean, ipangapi? 5,126.4. 5,126.40 Kenya shillings. Sasa hiyo iko kwenye fifth slab. So if you want to get the taxable income in the fifth slab, usually we assume that taxable income ambayo iko kwenye fifth slab ni x. So, or let's say y, kwa sababu ya multiply. Let's say y. So if I take y multiply by the tax rate, of the percentage rate ambao ni 30%, ukiangalia kwenye table yako, it should give you an answer equivalent to 5126.4. So itafaa inipe hii kwa sababu katika fifth slab ile tax ambayo iko katika fifth slab ni 5126.4. Sawa. So if you want to get y, okay, basically you just multiply by the reciprocal of 30 over 100. So you just take 5126.4 multiply by 100 over 30, na y itakuwa ngapi? Okay, so the answer times 100 divided by 30, which should give me 17,088 precisely. So 17,088 hii iko kwa fifth slab. So, and it's not your taxable income at that period. It's just the taxable income ambayo kwenye fifth slab. So ikiwa tafuta tax yote, what do you do? Utachukua hii 42,782 uta-add kwa hiyo taxable income, which is 17,088. So 42,782 plus 17,088. So let me use another pen. Let me use another pen, which is this one. Okay, so 42,782 plus 17,088, and it should give me an answer, which is, okay, I was just confirming. So 42,782. If you add those up, itanipa 59,870 Kenya shillings. Now 59,870. Just confirm with your answer. Question B says the employee was entitled to a house allowance of 12,000 Kenya shillings, a medical allowance of 6,000. Okay, let me just see, and a commuter allowance of 3,600 shillings. So ampewa allowances nyingi. Calculate the employee's basic salary. So calculate the employee's basic salary. So if I want to get my basic salary, what do you do? So for you to get your basic salary, you just need to take your taxable income. Okay, taxable income minus all allowances. So our taxable income, we got it as 59,870 minus allowances zetu zote, which is 12,000 plus 6,000 plus 3,600 Kenya shillings. So 59,870, hizo allowances zote ukiziadi ya kupangapi? 12,000 plus 6,000 ni 18,000 plus 3,600 ni 21,600. So I minus it by 21,600. So ukisubtract hizo mbili, 59,870 minus 21,600, yeah, which should give you 38,270. 38,270 Kenya shillings. Sawa, mona swali rahisi. Sijui watu waona max ni ngumu, lakini max ni rahisi sana. Question C, every month the following deductions were made. Okay, in pension scheme we have 2% of the basic salary, we have union dues which is 1,060, and SHIF which is 2,200. Full stop, calculate is net monthly salary. Yamaanisha watapata shilingi ngapi? Obviously uta include hizo allowances zote tu. So you take your taxable income minus all deductions, but let's find out what are the deductions itself. So deductions ni gani? Deduction ya kwanza ni ile net tax, kwa sababu atalipa tax ambao ni 10,164.8. Usichukue gross tax, utachukua net tax. 10,164.8, 10,164.8, 0, add it to our pension scheme which is 2% of the basic salary ambao ni 38,270 plus, okay, plus our union dues, which is 1060, plus the SHIF, sijui ni SHA ni nini, or social health insurance fund, something like that, plus 2200. So how much should it give you? Yeah, 10,164.8 plus 2% times 38,270 plus 1060. Okay, plus 1060 plus 2200, which is supposed to be 14,190. Let me just go step by step. Sometimes maybe I've written some mistake during calculation, but let's just confirm. So 10,164.8. So what is 2% of 38,270? 2% of 38,270, which is 765.4. 765.4 plus 1060 plus 2200. Okay, so 10,164.8 plus 765.4 plus 1060 plus 2200 gives us 14,190.2. 14,190.2. So our net monthly salary will be your taxable income minus all deductions. So our taxable income, we had calculated how much did you calculate? Taxable income. Taxable income was supposed to be 59,870. So let's take 59,870 minus 14,190.2, and let's just confirm how much it should give us. So 59,870 minus 14,190.2, and it gives me 45,679.8. So imelipa 45,679.80 Kenya shillings. So with that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment, but don't forget to subscribe and share it to your friends if possible. وهذا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Before even doing the salam, I forgot something. If in case you want to follow up with other questions on the paper, there's a link up there at the end of this video, which I think you'll see it there. So in case you just want to follow up, click on that link or the playlist, and you'll find all the previous questions. وهذا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.